I'm a member of the 99%. I call on the people's mic. People's mic.
People's mic.
I'm a CTA transit worker.
I'm a CTA transit worker.
I'm a proud member of my union.
I'm a proud member of my union.
I am outraged by the public comments made against transit workers.
I am outraged by the public comments made against transit workers.
Made by the executives who run the CTA.
Made by the executives who run the CTA.
They are trying to pit us against our natural allies.
They are trying to pit us against our natural allies.
Our community.
Our community.
Our passengers.
Our passengers.
They are saying that we are irresponsible.
They are saying that we are irresponsible.
That we do not work enough.
That we do not work enough.
Just the opposite is true.
Just the opposite is true.
10,000 union workers make the buses and trains go.
10,000 union workers make the buses and trains go.
No one else does this work.
No one else does this work.
We are some of the most amazing people.
We are some of the most amazing people.
Men and women.
Men and women.
Each one of us are leaders of our families and our communities.
Each one of us are leaders of our families and our communities.
We are disciplined people.
We are disciplined people.
Who do physically difficult and mentally challenging work.
And mentally challenging work.
We do our jobs. We do our jobs.
We do our jobs.
Very, very well.
Very, very well.
Yes. Suspend people's mic.
Suspend people's mic.
Wait, we're not here to speak power. We're here to talk to each other. We're here to get each other's contact information, to make sure we build power together. Our allies are here. Before you leave tonight, make sure you get people's contact information, their phone number, their email address. Make sure you go to their meetings. Make sure they come to your meetings. Don't leave tonight unless you do that. That's the most important thing you get today. Wrapping up on this. I asked the people, look, keep standing. I call on the people's mic again. People's mic. Public transportation must be made public again.
Public transportation must be made public again.
We must take it back. We must take it back. Occupy transit.
Occupy transit.
Occupy the CTA.
Occupy the CTA.
Occupy the CTA.
Occupy the CTA.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Rahm Emanuel.
Rahm Emanuel.
And CTA President Claypool
And CTA President Claypool
have demonized the bus and rail workers
have demonized the bus and rail workers
of the Chicago Transit Authority
of the Chicago Transit Authority
in an attempt
to
pit the people of Chicago
pit the people of Chicago
against the hard-working CTA employees.
against the hard-working CTA employees.
They publicly blame CTA workers
They publicly blame CTA workers
for the financial woes of our city.
for the financial woes of our city.
With over $500 million a year
And over $500 million a year
are siphoned from tips
are siphoned from tips
into a corporate giveaway slush fund
into a corporate giveaway slush fund
used to pay Rahm's tax-dodging 1% friends.
used to pay Rahm's tax-dodging 1% friends.
Rahm was paid $16 million
Rahm was paid $16 million
over 2.5 years
over 2.5 years
by the banks.
by the banks.
As a former Chicago Mercantile Exchange
As a former Chicago Mercantile Exchange
board member,
board member,
Rahm received $200,000
Rahm received $200,000
to his campaign
to his campaign
from the CME Group.
from the CME Group.
Now, Mayor 1%
Mayor 1%
wants to give CME
wants to give CME
over $60 million
over $60 million
in tax breaks
in tax breaks
during a budget crisis,
during a budget crisis,
while simultaneously proposing massive cuts to public libraries, public schools, mental health centers, 40 senior citizens, and 328 peaceful Occupy Chicago protesters. For exercising their constitutional rights. To freedom of speech. And freedom of assembly. These are all our struggles. We will never be divided. Unified. The 99% will resist the oppressive policies of the wealthy minority. Recklessly leading us down the path of destruction. We demand accountability. Not cuts.
I just sit up here and watch all of this say, man, the CTA is great to me. The CTA is great to me. The south side runs have been cut, the expresses, and the west side runs have been cut, the expresses. But you know what? All these bus drivers here know ain't no run on the north side been cut. Everybody here knows that every run that came out of the north side came from North Park. Now you gotta learn it in Kersey, 77, Chicago, and 130. You know, community people don't put your head in the sand. They've been messing with this community, the south side and the west side, for the longest. And it's time for you to speak up. Them buses run up north. You go up north, you don't have to wait for 1 or 2 minutes at any street up there to get